As you probably know, learn, laugh and live is sometimes used as a slogan for U3A, and it's significant that learning comes first. Essentially, U3A is for those with inquiring minds. We are all up for the exploration of new places and new ideas. Interest groups are the backbone of the U3A, of all U3As. And in these groups, we all discover new information, new ideas, new friends, and maybe something new about ourselves. There's a chap called Arthur, and he's one of our members, and he has a love of compiling indexes. And he drew up a list of unusual interest groups. Rare groups included Bolsheviks, fungi, writing limericks, walking netball, sex in ancient times, and Zulu war studies. And maybe could include the gourmet histories as an unusual group. I don't know if any of you have ever looked at the research database, but you can find it on the national website by looking under the heading Resources. And if you scroll down, you'll find Research Network. And on the Research Network pages, you'll find all the different ways of doing research, information about shared learning projects, and link to the research database. The first shared learning project was in 2002 with the British Museum. Now, it's easier for people in London because a lot of major institutions are there, but you've got lots in Wales as well, I know. So it's a matter of finding partners. You'll find contacts there for all the shared learning project coordinators in almost every region of the UK. And of course, Sue is for South Wales. We could do with somebody in North Wales if anyone would like to volunteer. And in fact, we could do with more than one because these people cover huge areas. So in the southwest of the country now, of the UK, we've got two, because they're just covering such massive areas. And there are research ambassadors, one or two in almost every region now. Probably got one for each region, I'm not sure. But we are all members of the Research Network, so do look to see what's on the Research Network pages. You'll find many examples of interest group research on the research database, and it gives you an idea of what's been achieved. Sometimes the findings stay within the group, and sometimes it gets reported on in the U3A of that group, but it would be good if it went further than your and you told people, like your local newspaper, what your group was doing and what they've achieved. And if you have a local community website, which many places do now, they're always interested in articles for the website. Send a report to Sources Online. Also under Resources on the national website is Sources Online. Let them know what you've been doing. We need to contact the author, and I've heard some wonderful things today. They need to be reported to Sources Online. Get in touch with the editor of Third Age Matters. Sources is online now. It's not the educational supplement, the printed supplement we used to have. But there are now pages in Third Age Matters that talk about, especially about learning. So contribute to that, please do. And sometimes just the research that's been done in an interest group, for example, local history research, If you have a local history society or a family history society, they very often have a journal, a newsletter, and they love to have articles for that. So send these things in. Sometimes it's good to produce a leaflet, and again we've seen some lovely leaflets, small brochures here today. Even if you produce just a fold-over sheet of A4 about a walk or a series of things like that, walks suitable for people with disabilities, walks you can do with grandchildren, pointing out local things of interest, wildflowers that you can see at different times of year, trees at different times of year, all that you can easily produce an A4 folded over booklet. And you can recoup the costs of that by selling it for a small sum around your local U3As and to a wider audience if you like. I mean, U3A members have got plenty of friends they can sell these things to. Try to include all the groups in your U3A, and we've heard some wonderful examples of that here today. As many groups as you can include so that they're working on a project together. Recently we had the commemoration of the First World War, and lots of U3As all over the country did something on that. They wrote poems, they looked at the backstories of the soldiers that were killed, all sorts of things, and then they did a presentation at their local U3A. That's the sort of thing we're thinking about. Maybe you could think about getting together and doing a project with another U3A. It just needs 2 U3As in partnership, and that is a shared learning project. Or a group of U3As, or a network of U3As, or a region of U3As. Or, if you're in Wales, you could do a project on the whole country.
Done that.
Yes.
Got to do it again.
This is a way of getting to know people in other U3As. And a project brings ideas together, as in the Dovey project. A theme brings different elements in U3A together. A group of U3As working together on a single topic is a shared learning project. And if you do one of these, and you think you'd like to maybe think of doing one, you can get in touch with Sue, your local contact, or get in touch with me. You can get in touch with us both via this research network, which is on the national website. It's got contacts, and you just click on contacts and it'll send a message to us. And I'm also listed under subject advisors, because I'm the subject advisor for shared learning projects, and there's another subject advisor for research. So we try to cover everything. Another way of doing a project is finding a partner. Again, you can get ideas from the National Research Database. Partners might be civic trusts, local councils, museums, heritage groups, record offices, stately homes, schools, universities, and any number of other organisations or institutions you can find to work with you. It's often useful to ask in your U3A what other organisations people are involved in. You'd be surprised. All this spreads the word about U3A and what our members can do. People take pride in their achievements when they work on projects. If you say to some people they've been doing research, they're often surprised because they think that that's something that only academics do. But after all, what is research but the collection of information to advance knowledge? The essential quality, the most important quality for a researcher, is curiosity. And U3A members have that in bucketfuls. If you've got an idea for a shared learning project or anything, do get in touch with us, because we'll try and help you work up your ideas. So congratulations to all those who took part in the Coast and Borders celebration. Wales have set a standard for a regional project, and you're going to be a hard act to follow. I'm so impressed with everything I've heard today. I couldn't have better publicity for doing projects in U3A. Thank you all so much.